And welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen, to the Spring-Summer 2015 over 50 hockey season. The Yellow Jackets taking on the heavily favored Grey Wolves, but for some reason this season with the Grey Wolves and how they've been going, so far they've started out this season surprisingly 0-2. And you can't help but to wonder, are they going to be able to turn things around quickly this early in the season? I'm Angelo Pontello, bringing you all the live coverage and action here at the Ice Sports Forum in Brandon, Florida. And joining me in the broadcast booth is Andy Townsend. Andy, what should we expect from today's matchup? Well, first off, before we begin with that, I do want to say, Angelo, I definitely agree with you. This has been a very, very shocking start here for the Grey Wolves, who have somehow went 0-2 on the season. But then, of course, you have to look at the factors as to why they started 0-2. You know, with the past couple of weeks, how things have been playing out with players getting injured in the league, and then, of course, the USA Nationals that happened recently. You know, nobody was on their right minds, per se. Nobody was playing the proper game. And you look at that and you put all the factors together. The Grey Wolves, most of them were in the USA National tournaments, wherever they were. Ellington, here at the Ice Sports Forum, TBSA, Oldsmall. You know, all these places, and they've been everywhere, and they haven't been able to play their week 2. So week 2 essentially wasn't even like a game. It felt more like an actual preseason game where they were just looking to toss the puck around and just having some form of a game. But you know, that should change a little bit now that everybody's back in form and looking to start anew, and we'll see where it goes from there. All right, and with that, from Andy, Grey Wolves, some of the strong spots. I mean, we already know we got Kenny Pullman and Neil Armstrong, the only two players at this point that can stand out. Don't forget to mention Luda Meza as well. You know, you get him and Paganella in motion in terms of firing the shots. You know, they can play a factor too. But you gotta figure how in the world things are going on right now, and you know, this should be an exciting matchup again. You know, you got all the factors here for the Grey Wolves. Should be able to be a good win for them to get back on track. And of course, on the flip side, you have the Yellow Jackets. Obviously, you know, according to the stats, it seems like it's only been one person, you know, that's been carrying the load for this Yellow Jacket team. And clearly, of course, Angelo Pontello has been the man. But at the same time, you're hoping for other factors to come in. You know, Bernard Wersinski, Matt Sharina, Larry Sincoda. You know, hopefully they'll be able to do their part. So far, from what we're seeing out there, it doesn't look like the likes of... No, Larry Sincoda is out there, beg your pardon, but Pete Dominici, for one, finally in his first season action back as a Yellow Jacket again. It's been a long time since he's been in a Yellow Jacket jersey, but hopefully he will be able to contribute today. Oh, definitely. And if Pete Dominici can contribute, who knows what kind of opportunities may come up with. And with that, this has been our pre-game report, brought to you by the Power Play Grill, best wings in Tampa. Always check them out, as always, here at the Ice Sports Forum. Power Play Grill, best wings in Tampa. We will return with the face-off here. It's the Yellow Jackets and the Grey Wolves seeking out their first win this season on the Pontello Broadcasting Network. And we're just about ready to begin face-off. It'll be Angelo Pontello taking the face-off against the likes of Andrew Hyman. Here we go. This one's going to bounce back over to Dominici. It's going to be moved up quickly. It's over to Steve Paganella all the way back in his own end. He's looking for options to get the puck off to Paganella. He'll take it himself. And the Yellow Jacket forward line and defensemen are all back ready to prepare. And Sharina strips it loose from Paganella. It's back over to Tish, looking for George Butler. Here comes Sincoda skating for the puck. Sincoda looking for a man to set up to, and he shoots it right off of Mitch Starr, who will get this one back over to Nader. Nader will take this one himself, and he's got options to work with, but he's kind of trying to skate through Yellow Jacket players. Here comes Pontello, look out. Pontello looking to set up back over the other way, looking for Sincoda. Wasn't even aware of the puck. This one's going to come back over to Butler. Struggled by Yellow Jackets, triple covered there. Puck back over from Tish. It's over to Sharina. Sets up to Pontello, looking to flip it up to Sincoda. From Sincoda back over to Pontello on the left side, working quickly. He'll take the shot, gets deflected off a Star. He's back in the deep slot. Pontello looking for the setup here. Not a lot of options there. Back over to Sharina, looking to set up here. We'll fire the shot. Shoots it right into Nader. Here goes the other way. Bad choice by Matt Sharina. Now the Grey Wolves have an opportunity to capitalize. Nader setting up back the other way. Sharina redeems himself. He'll take the puck. Gets around Hyman. Sharina gets it off the skate of Sincoda's, back over to Hyman the other way, and Hyman will get this one dumped back into the Yellow Jacket zone 2. He will knock this one away. Gets it back over to Wersinski. Off the boards, looking for Coffee. He's got an opportunity on the left side again. We'll fire the shot, and it is saved by Rosengard. No, it goes in! How did that happen? I don't know what exactly happened. Dog Coffee just took the shot. Rosengard thought he had the save there, and it must have bounced right underneath his glove through the 5-hole and in the net. And that is a highlight goal to have. The second-year man, Don Coffey, gets the job done, and the Yellow Jackets strike first here within the second minute of this game. And how about that? That would be Don Coffey's first goal of the season. And what a way to get your season started off with something like that. Puck over to Mashroom, trying to beat out the likes of Giacomin. Was trying to look for Butler. And this one gets knocked away. This one coming back over to Lustman, trying to get this one cleared out. Instead intercepted by Pontello, deflected off by Lustman again. Pontello just getting out of his reach too much, couldn't control himself. Back over to Wersinski, makes a nice move, fools both Armstrong and Barry. This one comes back around over to Shrina, sets up to Pontello. And Armstrong gets a little shoulder in there on Pontello, a little bit too hasty, as we like to see. Could have been a little bit better. But now it's back over to Don Coffey. And Demeza trying to shove Coffey off the boards. And this was exactly another thing we were going to talk about, Andy, was you got to watch out for these Gray Wolves because, again, you have a little bit of the aggressive players all together again. And that could be bag destruction in a sense. Because that could be... Beg your pardon, folks. I've been battling a cough all week this week. Oh, yeah, I can tell you right now, Angelo, that's going to definitely hurt. The cough and this starting goal for the Yellow, or for the Gray Wolves. But that's where you go, there's the aggression factor there. Referees don't make the right calls, and, that's why you get a tie goal. The Yellow Jackets, again, they knew that they had to step up against a very aggressive Gray Wolf team, and that's how they got that goal. That tying goal was the aggression factor. From Wersinski's back over to Pontello again. And Hyman trying to get in there and make a play happen. He gets knocked off the puck by Pontello. Now it's back over the other way. And it's Paganella trying to make a move. Pontello strips it loose. It's over to Demeza. Sets up to Nader. Back over to Wersinski. Wersinski with the puck, still looking for options. He finds Sincata. No, just out of Sincata's reach. Cannot get to the puck. This one off the boards. Gets out to Dominici. Can't control the puck and is back over to Nader again. And that's going to be the problem for these Yellow Jackets. Most of these players don't know how to control the puck. The Gray Wolves already, most of their team together, they can get the job done, if you give them the opportunity. But these Yellow Jackets, they could beat this Gray Wolf team now if they can just learn how to control the puck. Tish working around Paganella. No, can't beat out Paganella for the puck. And now Steve loses control of the puck as he makes a deep move off of Pontello. From George Butler back over to Shrina. Finds an open Pontello. Pontello trying to make the shot off, and it's saved by Rosengard. They have the opportunity. It's just, again, it's all about the capitalize. You got to capitalize on the goals. I mean, that's how the Yellow Jackets are going to win this game. Oh, but at the same time, Angelo, the Yellow Jackets are trying to play the same aggressive factor, and you can't do that against a goalie like Rosengard. It just, Rosengard is built for that. Wow, Angelo, you've really been getting the coughs today, haven't you? Yeah, Andy. I'm telling you, I've been sick all day today. I don't know if I can hold up. I hope I can, but oh my goodness. I know there's been a little bug going on around somewhere, and I know the voice has been a little bit off today, but yeah, I'm not exactly sure where it's coming from. And it looks like the referees signal a penalty of some kind, and it looks like it's going to be on the Gray Wolves. We'll see what it is. It's going to be a hooking call on the likes of Ira Lustman. No very surprise right there. Ira Lustman really doesn't know how to control his stick per se, and the only thing he knows how to resort to most of the time is hooking. So, at this point, he does it so many times, it's almost like habitual habit. And so for the referees to call it right there, it's, you have to be careful if you're the Gray Wolves. You can't get too fancy, and you can't get too finesse with your stick, if you will. Your stick is supposed to be used for moving the puck around, not to try to hook players and all that fun stuff. So Armstrong will clear this one out, gets this one back over to Pontello, who shoots it back over to Chewy. And now Pontello is working the puck off of Demeza. But right now with this power play, the Yellow Jackets have an opportunity to try to retake the lead. They just need to make sure they play it smart. Dominici off the boards, this one's to Pontello. Only Giacomin back as a defender. Pontello trying to pass it off. And I gotta say, you know, Pontello had an opportunity to take the shot off if he had the chance. Yeah, I mean, he's still trying to play team player, trying to give the other players an opportunity, but sometimes that may not work if you're trying to take the lead. Pontello has an opportunity, pass it back to Dominici, slides right into Rosengard, it gets knocked away. Again, another opportunity for Pontello to capitalize, and he just didn't. At this point, Mark Rosengard knows he loves Angelo Pontello, loves passing it around to his other players. That's why he was obviously set up in the right place at the right time to make the save. Tish's bouncing pass intended for Mastrin. It's intercepted the other way. This one back over to Nader. Off the right side. Warsinski looking for Sincata. Trying to get around Paganella. But Paganella gets in the way, and he's able to knock the pass off to Sincata. And Paganella will get this one cleared out. This one back over to Chewy, looking for an open option. And set goes back over to Sharina the other way, looking for Tish. He's got some room. He'll find the pass over to Sincata, looking for Coffee. And now Sincata will fire the shot himself, and this time Rosengard's there with a glove hand save. Right now, for the Grey Wolves' perspective, you know that they wish this game was 1-0 in their favor right now. Oh yeah, and especially in that second minute, the goal that really hurting them right now is Don Coffey's shot that bounced off of Rosengard's glove in underneath the 5-hole, and that was how the first goal was scored. But of course, that's a gap on Rosengard's part, and so the Grey Wolves are now doing everything they can to make sure that they don't give up any more today. 5:42 in the opening period. We are all tied up at 1. Face-off will take place deep in the Grey Wolf zone, as it'll be the likes of Larry Sincata taking a face-off against Andrew Hyman. Puck back over the other way, and this was going to be fired out. And Chewy's going to go ahead and fall on this one for the save, as there was no other options. So with that, the Yellow Jackets will change their lineup, and it looks like there's only 8 guys for the Yellow Jackets right now. You got 5 on there and then 3 behind the bench. Well, that's going to be another factor too, is if the Yellow Jackets can hold on in terms of the depth here. Grey Wolves, again, you look at the bench comparison, there's 5 guys on the Grey Wolf bench. So there's a lot of depth, and they have enough to make 2 lines versus a Yellow Jacket team that has to have 1 full line and a few other substitutions in play. Back over to Demeza, fires the shot, and it gets deflected off of Don Coffey, and he can beat out Giacomin for the puck. No one there still alive, and Giacomin will position himself for the puck. That's what you call a nice defensive effort there by Mark Giacomin. If it wasn't for him, working, knocking Coffey off the puck, who knows what could have happened, and Don Coffey might have had his second goal of the game. Pontello makes a nice move off of Demeza, looking to pass around the other slot the other way. See, that's the other thing too. Pontello's trying to make the plays, and I don't think his players are essentially like know what he's doing per se. I mean, he's taking all the shots he can possible, and this was going to be fired in and in. No, but to come back from my other point, well, first off, before I make my point, we want to give congrats to Pete Dominici retaking the lead there. Of course, that was a nice goal there by Pete Dominici. You know, basically the same thing the Grey Wolves did. You know, they kept firing and firing, and that aggressive factor going, and they retake the lead. And of course, with the likes of Neil Armstrong and company back in, you know they're going to do the same exact thing. And there goes Armstrong. He'll fire the shot, and it's a glove hand save by Chewy. But now with that save, you know what's coming next. Of course, you know the Grey Wolves are going to be doing everything they can now to crowd the blue line up and crowd the crease area. So they're going to be doing everything they can to distract Chewy to try to put the puck in the net again. Warsinski with the puck. Looking for a wide open Sincata's got him. And only Giacomin is back. Sincata will fire the shot, and it's a glove hand saved by Rosengard. But see, Andy, this is what I'm talking about. I mean, the way that this team is built up, just like the Yellow Jackets, again, they really didn't think a whole lot about the defense. They all thought about the forward position. And there's another reason, or there's another example that we've seen again. Everybody is too busy up by the opponent's team zone that when the opponent team, the Yellow Jackets, get a breakaway, the Grey Wolves do not have the right defenders back. And then they're suddenly struggling to try to get something going, and then it's up to the keeper, in this case Rosengard, to make the save. So we'll see what they can do. Acoste's Ira Lussman again with the stick. You know, it doesn't seem like he's been learning a lot from how to hold up players. And he's very lucky there. The referee didn't give him another 2 minutes for another hooking call. Armstrong looking to set back up over the Demeza. This one knocked away, now back over in the deep stall, looking for Dominici. This one gets her back around again. Sets up to Giacomin. Back over to Armstrong. Double covered by Yellow Jacket players who shot block. Bouncing puck like a pinball, and this one's going to come back around to Wersinski. Wersinski's pass to an open Bill Tisch. With Sincata, only one defender back, and good thing they have Paganella there. Looking for Sincata the other way, and this one gets knocked around. And that doesn't look good. It looks like one of the players still slow to get up, as he was part of a Grey Wolf sandwich on Sincata. Sincata was barely able to escape out of there. But a Grey Wolf player is not moving at the moment. He is down. And that was Steve Paganella. And now he's he's slow to get up. I mean, he's moving now, but again, this is exactly what... Again, Angelo, Grey Wolves, they need to figure out a strategy to have a proper balance in terms of the offense and defense. They are not going to win a championship, and they are not going to be winning any games, mind you, if they continue to crowd that line and nobody gets back there to help out. It's going to be a horrific season for the Grey Wolves if they continue in the way that they're doing right now. Pontello and Hyman on the face-off. This one deflected around by Sincata, back over. Shot taken by Coffey, looking to set up the other way for Rosengard. No one there. Now back over to George Butler. Can't get the puck away. Here comes Pontello looking for a setup. He'll fire the shot, and Rosengard gets this one kicked out. Puck back over to Sharina. Looking for the likes of Don Coffey. Hyman blocks away. Back over to Coffey again, looking for goal number 2. And did that one go through? No, it doesn't look so, as the puck gets knocked away. Again, Don Coffey really looking for that second goal opportunity. It's just not getting there for him. An obvious holding call, no call there by the referees, even though he was looking face flat at it. Pontello firing the shot, and this was going to be saved by Rosengard regardless. And it looked like Sincata was trying to get his balance there, couldn't get out of the way in time. And he will fall down, and Rosengard, he almost knocked Rosengard off. That could have been a huge penalty for the Yellow Jackets, interference call, but again, we're going to see how these referees let this game play out. 2:51 to go in the opening period. Yellow Jackets with a tight 2-1 lead over the Grey Wolves. This one back over to Wersinski. Shot taken by Tisch. Come back over to Wersinski. Looking for an open. Joe Mashron's got him, and he's got Pontello to work with. He'll slide it over to Pontello, but instead gets knocked away by rookie Mitch Starr. Now back over to Pontello the other way, looking to set up to Mashron. Will fire the shot. This one just knocked out of the way. Demeza gets it back over to Butler. And Chewy's going to signal for the icing call. And that'll give both teams an opportunity to regroup. Yeah, right now, Angelo, it just, looking at the way this game is being played right now, it was inevitable where, you know, with the way Arnie Strader set up his team, that the way these guys are playing right now, they're playing aggressive, which is good, and they're trying to move the puck down, but again, it's that defensive effort. You know, they need to have a stronger defense, and if they have at least a decent defense with how this team's playing right now, these Grey Wolves would most definitely be the team that's at a 2-0 record right now. From the Mezzes, back over to Paganello, looking for an open pass, and Mark Barry just out of his reach. This one back over to Borsinski, looking for Masherin. Working off of Paganello, and he's got Coffey to work with. Looking to set up the other way, and Demeza comes in right at the last second, and Lightning Lou will take this one away. Gets the pass out to Barry. Looking for an open Armstrong. No, it's going to be over to Lussman instead. Just out of his reach now, back over to Masherin the other way, now over to Dish. Setting back over to Masherin just off his skate. And now Lou will take this one up. Looking for Armstrong's got him. Only one defender back, and that's Dominici. Armstrong looking to finish with Demeza himself, and there's the tie goal right there. Not bad for a setup, eh, Andy? Not bad at all, Angelo. Again, Neil Armstrong, we all thought he was going to take the shot himself, but a selfless play there by Armstrong. He sets up to Demeza, who's able to capitalize on Chewy through the 5-hole, and these Grey Wolves have tied this game up again with 116. Armstrong will knock this one back in the Yellow Jacket zone. This one now over to Dominici. Sets it to an open Coffey off of Mitch Starr now. Getting a piece of it, Sincata gets around. Here comes Coffey again. Trying to make a move around Paganella. Looking to pass this one back around. It's over to Sincata with the shot. Now Mitch Starr looking to get this one out of the way. Deflected by Armstrong. Now Sharina trying to knock this one back. Armstrong still alive with the puck. And Starr will get the pass from Paganella. And he will dump this one in the Yellow Jacket end. This one over to Dominici. Looking to set the other way over to Mitch Starr. No one there. Pontello still looking for a block shot. Now it's over to Sharina. Now from Sharina off the boards to Tish. Sets it to an open Pontello. Look out. It's only one-on-one versus him and Rosengard. And he gets denied. That's unbelievable. Mark Rosengard sets up in the right place at the right time. Now from Dominici, looking back to Pontello, sets up again from Rosengard, gets around, bouncing puck, and shoots through, and it goes in. Mitch Starr was holding on to the puck, and just a bad bounce with 6.6 seconds to go in the first period. And it's another defensive gaffe for the Grey Wolves, and the Yellow Jackets retake the lead. Right now, clearly the Grey Wolves are... they're just not getting the right start off that they wanted to. Just a lot of bad errors, the puck not bouncing in their way. And these Yellow Jackets right now, you know, talent-wise, if you look at the talent in the measures right now, these Yellow Jackets, you know, are just a level down from these Grey Wolves in terms of the talent, but they are getting an unbelievable amount of breaks right now, Angelo, and they just 3-2 at this point. I mean, Rosengard's gaff, trying to save it in the second minute, but it bounces off his glove through the 5-hole. You have a nice goal, or the second goal by Pete Dominici, and that was a legitimate goal. But then the third goal where the puck is bouncing through the air, gets over Rosengard, and Mitch Starr trying to control it, but he bats it down just in the absolute wrong angle, and it deflects off of another player back into the net, and the Yellow Jackets capitalize. It's Angelo, I don't know what to say, but just these Grey Wolves are causing mischief for themselves, and that's why they're down right now, 3-2. And so with that, on that note, first intermission, we will see if fortunes turn around for these Grey Wolves in the second period. Don't go away, we'll have that face-off to you shortly. We'll be right back. This is Over 50 Hockey on the Pontello Broadcasting Network. Referee trying to make sure that Phil McClung is set to go. Rosengard's already set. Pontello and Hyman on the face-off. And here comes Nader and Hyman the other way. Hyman on the left side, working around Sharina. Still looking for an open opportunity. Back passes it to Giacomin. Giacomin looking for an open shot. He'll pass it back over to Hyman again. Hyman will take it himself. And his pass, no one was there. And this one goes all the way back. I think Hyman was still under the impression Giacomin was there, but he completely forgot that Giacomin moved it up to get back over to Hyman. So that was just, if you will, Hyman was on automatic pilot there, assuming that there was a defender back. George Butler's pass, missed pass. This one goes back over to Sharina, and the Yellow Jackets are on the move the other way. Off the boards, just out of Dominici's reach, but Dominici will get the extra Push, deflected off of Masher. This one comes back over to Pontello, working off of Giacomin. Sets up to Dominici. This one gets knocked away. Dominici shot fired, and this one is saved by Rosengard. Simcata and Armstrong on the face-off. This one gets fired towards Lussman. Back over to Paganella, and he'll get this one cleared out. Chewy will stop the puck. He'll feed it off to Sharina, and Armstrong is on top. And Armstrong will get the, or correction, Sharina will get this pass over to Wersinski. Wersinski taking a whole lot of time with the puck, and Lussman almost had an opportunity to strip it loose and maybe score. And Coffee bat pounce again, just gave it right to Armstrong, and they'll put it back in the yellow jacket end. Wersinski off the boards, gives it to Armstrong once again, and Neal will take a shot on goal, and he misses just to the right. This one back over to Sharina. He'll finally get the pass out to Pontello, who gets it off the boards looking for Simcata, who will skate to the puck, and it's a one-on-one match between him and Mitch Starr. Simcata off the boards, this one fired back the other way, now back over to Wersinski. And he'll fire the shot, deflected off of Rosengard. Mastrin trying to get to the puck first. Mastrin looking for the setup. Gets around the other way, he'll slip and fall. This one taken away by Mitch Starr. And he finds an open Armstrong. Sets up to Lussman. Back to Armstrong. And Armstrong will take this one himself. He'll fire the shot, deflected by Sharina and out of the rink. And the Grey Wolves will make a lineup change on that note. Hyman trying to get to the puck first, gets around Wersinski, but not enough to get around Tish, and Tish's clearance pass will go all the way back. DeMezza will skate with it, and he's got Giacomin to work with. Looking for the pass instead, intercepted by Dominici. Back over to DeMezza the other way, he'll take it himself. Looking for Nader, instead Dominici will get the reach out. He'll get this pass off the boards, looks for Mastrin's got him, and now he has Simcata to work with. Mastrin fires the shot, deflected off to Simcata and Rosengard. And Simcata's pass goes all the way back to Wersinski. Looks to set up, he'll fire the shot, deflected away by Hyman. Looking to get this knocked away. Wersinski gets a piece of the puck, but it'll help George Butler move the puck up to Nader. Nader looking for the pass back the other way, deflected off of Wersinski's skate. Bad angle for them. And now it's Hyman trying to get this one away, looking for DeMezza. Back over to Giacomin, sets up to DeMezza. And Dominici will get the puck. No, back over to DeMezza. Lightning Lube finally able to get off to rookie George Butler, but taken away by Dominici. Back over to Pontello. Only one defender back. Pontello fires the shot, and his slap shot goes to the right. Could have taken a little bit more care on the puck. Now comes Hyman on the left-hand side, looking to set up to Nader. Looking to set it back the other way, deflected off of Nader. Now looking for George Butler. Mastrin gets this one knocked away. A big opportunity for the Grey Wolves, and again, I mean, they're not being very aware of where the puck is going. Yeah, right there, George Butler, if he would have been just a little bit more careful, you know, instead of letting the puck go off his skate, that might have been a big opportunity for him to set up and possibly a shot on goal. DeMezza looking for the setup to Nader, just out of his reach. Here comes Pontello the other way. Puts this one high, deflected off of DeMezza. He'll get this one back the other way. Sets up to Lussman. Will fire the shot, deflected away by Chewy. Back to Wersinski, gets stripped loose from Pontello. And Pontello finding the puck away from Lussman. And he'll finally get this one away. Mitch Starr to control the puck. He'll get this poor pass off the boards, back over to Lussman again, sets up to Armstrong. And Pontello looking to try to knock Armstrong away from the puck, he does. This one back over to Coffee, whiffs on the pass. We'll have to regroup. Coffee gives it right over to Neil Armstrong. Big opportunity here if they could set up, but Coffee kicks it away with the skate. As a shot on goal by Paganella is knocked away by Chewy. This one back over to Wersinski. Paganel looking for the setup. No one there. Now Armstrong right in the right place at the right time. Just his shot was well defended by Chewy at the time. Oh, these Gray Wolves are doing everything they can, but Chewy is just being in the right place at the right time every time they set up for their shot on goal. Shot taken. This one firing through, and Chewy, this one sliding all the way just left of the net. And Paganello fires the shot. This one deflected around the other way. Armstrong looking for the finish, and these Yellow Jackets are still just watching the puck. They're not even doing any lick of defense right now. And here we go again. This one sliding the other way, now back over to Sincata. Makes a nice move around Paganello. He's got Coffee to work with. Will fire the shot himself. Rosengard gets this one knocked away. Now back over to Sincata looking for the setup. This one knocked out. And this was going to come back over to Sharina. They'll let this one slide all the way back into the Yellow Jacket end. It's now to Sharina. Gets the pass out to Pontello. We'll keep this one up to Coffee. And Coffee will get this one dumped into the Grey Wolf end. This one now from Demeza to Masher, now back to Demeza. And Lightning Lou with a lot of room to work with, and he's got a couple of options. Looking to get around Pontello. We'll try to fire it back the other way, deflect off a Nader. And this one gets knocked around the other way. Now back over to Dominici. Sets up to Pontello, looking for options. Gets his pass, looking for Coffee. Just out of his reach, this one back over to Demeza. Gets this pass off the boards, looking for George Butler. Intercepted by Sharina. Finds an open Dominici just out of his reach. And now it's back over to Giacomin. And with 5.5 minutes left to go in the second period, Grey Wolves still looking for that equalizing goal. This one now intercepted by Tish. He's got Mashering. And he gives it right over to Giacomin and the Grey Wolves. They'll look to capitalize. And it looks like it'll be an offsides call. Both teams now regroup. Grey Wolves will take this moment to make a lineup change, and it'll be Neil Armstrong that will take the face-off against. It looks like it'll be Bill Tish, I'm guessing. No, their center, Angelo Pontello. No, it is going to be Bill Tish to take the face-off after all. Tish trying to move the puck up. This one back over from Paganella, intercepted by Pontello, looks for Tish. And Tish gives it right back over to Paganella and the Grey Wolves. And this is exactly what I was talking about, Angelo. These Yellow Jackets need to learn how to control the puck. Only Angelo Pontello and Matt Sharina pretty much are like the only ones that really know how to just fire and control the puck. Sincata fires a shot, deflected away by Rosengard. Back over to Tish again. He'll fire the shot. This one now to Pontello looking for the finish. Rosengard still trying to get this one out. Now for Mitch Starr. Pontello trying to make another opportunity happen. But Starr will get this pass out. And Lussman gives a hit check over to Sharina. Luckily, these referees are not calling it. I'm telling you right now, Angelo, Arva Lussman is getting away with a whole lot of stuff here today. And I'm surprised these referees haven't been able to call all the stuff. See the mindset with the way Lussman was hooking there back in the first period, and then if they would have called that, and then if the referees would have called this hip check into the boards, Lussman would already be ejected. But luckily these referees are letting things play out. And of course, you know, good job by the referees. I mean, you know, you don't want to get too technical and too anal about certain calls. You know, you just have to let things play out because it's hockey at this point. And as this league continues to grow more and more talented, if you will, and it becomes a stronger league, you have to let certain things like this go, because there's going to be required sometimes of checking. There is going to be times where you're going to have to get physically aggressive, and that's something these referees have been able to adjust to, especially with this over 50 hockey league. Hyman looking to get the open shot now in the deep slot, looking for a man to set up to. Now passes it back over to Nader. Nader fires the shot. This one deflected by Dominici. Trying to get this one cleared out of Hyman's possession now to Mashrin, and he'll get this pass to a wide open Don Coffey. Maybe a little too far out. That'll give the Grey Wolves an opportunity to regroup. Shot taken. Back over to Tish. Skating with the puck, and he's going to dump this one back into the Grey Wolf end. Coffey in the deep slot. Two Grey Wolves trying to make a play. This one comes back over to Wersinski. Will fire up on the one-timer. Shoots it back into Giacomin. And now Nader's looking to get this one cleared out. Gets this pass off the board, sets up to Demeza. 3:12 to go. Lightning Lou into the Yellow Jacket zone, but gets stripped loose by Bill Tisch. Now back over to Don Coffey. Coffey taking a whole lot of time with the puck, and that gives Hyman an opportunity to strip it loose. Again, not exactly sure why these Yellow Jackets are taking a whole lot of time when you're having the likes of these Grey Wolves always being aggressive, trying to get to the puck, and you're still acting like, you know, they're not going to get to the puck. I mean, come on, Yellow Jackets. Butler's pass, this one goes back over to Giacomin. Back to Butler. Looking for options, looking for Armstrong, instead intercepted by Dominici. This one back over to Sincata. Will fire the shot, deflected off of Mitch Starr. Tisch and company, this one back over to Giacomin. Bill Tisch looking for the setup, deflected off of Starr. Mark Berry coming in to help now to Dominici in the deep slot. Will slip and fall. And this one gets out to Mark Berry. He's got Giacomin to work with. He'll slide this one up to Dominici, who gets this pass off the boards from Armstrong. Sincata puts it back in the Grey Wolf zone. Mitch Starr will take this one and move it up. Instead intercepted by Pontello. He's got Sincata to work with. Most of the Grey Wolf players were back in their zone at that time. Now from Giacomin. Trying to get this pass off, looks for Barry. Out of Wersinski's reach. This one back over to Sincata. And Tisch will fall on this one, stopped by Sharina. Giacomin still looking for options. Deflected off of Tisch. Puck open now from Pontello. It's now Matt Sharina with the puck. Back over to Pontello. Bad pass, and now Armstrong has an opportunity to capitalize. We'll take the shot. Deflected by Chewy. He'll fall on this one for the save. 1:19 to go in the second. And the Yellow Jackets will once again have to play some defense. Puck deflected the other way. Shot almost taken and almost in the net. Just a 50-50 shot off the crossboard. Pass is misfired. There's 3 Yellow Jackets into the 3-0 breakaway. Look out. Bill Tisch looking back over to Pontello, looking to set up. Passing it back around the other way. Yellow Jackets took too much time. They should have just dashed in on Rosengard and made the shots happen. There's never going to be another time like that where you're going to have a 3-0 breakaway chance like that, and for the Yellow Jackets to botch that one up. That was a golden opportunity wasted. Pontello will take the puck himself, looking for an opportunity. Will get this one dumped into the Grey Wolf end. Now looking for Don Coffey. Intercepted, taken away by Hyman. Gets this pass off the boards. Finds Paganella, 26 seconds to go. Back over to Lussman. He'll take the shot, intercepted by Sharina, and he'll take off with the puck. Sharina finds an open Masherin. Masherin trying to pass back over to Sharina, taking the shot, deflected well by Rosengard. Sharina's second shot knocked away. And Nader will get this one cleared out off the Paganella, and that's how the second period is going to end. Yellow Jackets currently hanging on to a 3-2 lead over the Grey Wolves and into this third period. Is there a chance for these Grey Wolves? I most definitely agree, Angelo. Remember, they have 8 players. The Grey Wolves have 2 full lines in 10 players, and the way they're playing right now, all the Yellow Jackets need to do is, gaff on a couple of opportunities, and they just need to capitalize, and we have a tied game. It's as simple as that. Yellow Jackets right now, they have this opportunity to try to build a lead, if you will, a nice cushion, but they're not getting the job done. They're thinking they're going to be able to hold up this Grey Wolf team by 1 goal for this entire third period. I don't see it happening personally, but then again, we've seen crazier things happen in this over 50 hockey league. It could be anyone's game, Angelo. That's all I have to say on that one. Second intermission. Yellow Jackets hanging on to a 3-2 lead. Can they hang on to go to their second win, or can the Grey Wolves actually fight to get their first win. Don't go away, folks. We'll have the third period to you shortly. We'll be right back. This is Over 50 Hockey on the Pontello Broadcasting Network. Third and final period. This one comes back over to Wersinski. Off the boards looking for Mashrin. This one will come back over to Giacomin. Off the boards, sets up to Barry. Barry finds an open Demeza, and he's got Armstrong to work with. Shot taken, deflected. Armstrong almost had the nice touching finish to start this third period off, but just the wrong balance, or the wrong bounce again. This shot fired, and it's going to be a tripping call on Neil Armstrong. That is what you call your stick being in the wrong place at the wrong time. A very, very wrong penalty that gets Armstrong rolled, and the Yellow Jackets now have a power play coming up. So Pontello and Hyman will take the face-off. This one goes right into the Yellow Jacket bench. And just on that deflected shot alone, that will shave 2 seconds off. And there's another shot again by Andrew Hyman. This must be a strategy for the Grey Wolves. This must be a strategy for them, because that's another 2 seconds they just shaved off. If they continue to do that, they might be able to get Armstrong's penalty out. This one off to Wersinski. Gets around Hyman. Big opportunity to set up to Nader. This one knocked around again. Now from Don Coffey, looking for Tisch just out of his reach. Star. Now back over to Pontello. Star's pass to Paganella. Lots of time to work with. Paganella will take his time, and he'll flip the shot high. This one bouncing out, and this one's over to Chewy. Feeds it to Wersinski. Trying to slide for the pass as Paganella lost a little balance, but at least he stopped the puck. Deflected off of Dominici, back around over to Nader. Wersinski's pass deflected by Hyman, now back over to Sincata, gets the pass out to Tisch. And Hyman strips it loose. Pontello trying to get a hold on it, could not. Puck bounces around again. Now comes Hyman looking to make a play. Sets up again. This one back over to Dominici. Puck around to Giacomin. Sets up to Demeza. Misfires it, and Pontello will knock this one out. Rosengard trying to get this one out. He barely does off to Dominici. Very dangerous there by Rosengard. You know, one bad pass right to Dominici. That would have been a 4-2 lead. Dominici fires a shot. This one saved by Rosengard again. Now originally, Andy, I was going to say in the beginning of the game, with Mark Rosengard in net, it would almost be not fair for the Yellow Jackets, because we've seen Rosengard's history on how he saves games. But right now, the Yellow Jackets just with a lot of lucky breaks. It's surprising to see that Rosengard has given up as many goals as he did, which is 3. But then again, you know, 2 of them were gaffes, so essentially the only goal he's given up was a nice, legitimate chance by Dominici. Dominici passes it back over to Mashrin, will fire the shot. This one just to the right of the net. Tisch looking to set up to Dominici, puck firing back the other way. This one off to Sharina. And we are officially at even strength. Sharina taking a whole lot of time, and he was right there by Armstrong. Dominici fires a shot. This one bounces off of Rosengard and in the net again. And that is the second time that a shot bounces off of Rosengard, any part, and goes in the net. You could consider that his 3rd gaff of the game. Well, it's his 2nd gaff. The Grey Wolves' 3rd gaff overall as a unit. And right now, it just goes from bad to worse. Honestly, for these Grey Wolves, it just goes from bad to worse. You know, there's nothing defensively that they're doing wrong. It's just, this puck is just going in their favor. It's like a magnet or whatever in this puck, and it's always just firing backwards every time they try to get this out. It's not going their way right now. Oh, and there's another shot off, and Neil Armstrong is going crazy now. And he's going to try to take out Pontello. And he's going to take out Pontello. Look out. Well, it was going to come for a factor. Neil Armstrong getting way too aggressive. Way too aggressive. And it was going to come out eventually. And you can hear Neil Armstrong saying no need for that. But then at the same time, we've seen other times the other way where even though he wins or he's in a winning position and then he fires back the other way and he's still going crazy. So I mean, it's a give and toss take, but at the same time with this frustration right now with the puck bouncing back, wrong lead, I don't know what to say. So now the referees are trying to determine exactly what they need to do in terms of the setup. You know, both players are being aggressive, but then you can't, one aggressive player cannot be complaining that the other player's too aggressive or all this other stuff going on. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, you're here to play hockey and you're playing the hardest of your ability. You can't just expect one team to be always aggressive and then let the other team always be passive. You know, that's how things are going to come out. And it looks like they're putting another player in the box, and it's going to be another power play coming up. So Neil Armstrong, I guess, is going to be the one that gets nailed for the unnecessary roughness. Again, Angelo, I know we are not necessarily the sharpest brains in terms of the hockey play or how the penalty system works, but at the same time, I mean, it's a very unique, interesting game right now. That's all I have to say on the very least. 8:51 remain in the game. Yellow Jackets with a comfortable 4-2 lead over this Grey Wolf team that just, there's no defense. And they're trying to do everything on a forwards position. And the Yellow Jackets, they may not necessarily be the best team right now, but you can clearly tell by the system they're setting up. They got the forwards and they got the defensemen. It's a nice balance. And right now, that's the reason pretty much why they're having the 4-2 lead, besides the fact that there's a lot of gaps going on. And it's now an interception by Sharina. And look at that, Andy. How many players back for the Grey Wolves? Just one, Lou de Meza. Mastrin fires the shot, kicked away by Rosengard. From Don Coffey, sets up back over to Dominici. This one now from Sharina, sets up back over to Dominici. And Dominici slips and falls. Shot bounces off of Coffey, almost went into the net. That would have been no goal either way. Referee halts play again.
No, you almost made it.
No, the net was off balance, that's why. I have a strong feeling, Angelo, that the next time these two teams meet, it is going to get very ugly indeed. I mean, I know that there's been a lot of slipping and falling, but at the same time, you know, I think, in my opinion anyways, you see what's been going on today and how aggressive it's been. And Andrew Hyman, for one, you know, playing his heart out. You know, he's been knocked around a little bit. You have the likes of Angelo Pontello being aggressive, Neil Armstrong being aggressive, and then of course, it's like just a bad formula for just a disaster to happen, and a near disaster between Armstrong and Pontello almost ensued on the ice. Sharina back over to Dominici. Looking to set up back over to Tish. Just bouncing puck, can't control it. This one over to Tish again. Looking to set up over to Mastrin. Finding Dominici, bounces tic-tac-toe through Don Coffey. And Coffey's got his second goal of the game and of the season. And that will be an official power play goal on their part, as George Butler comes out as the represented man to serve the penalty for Armstrong. Of course, for Pontello and Armstrong, both players still in the box for at least another good little over 3 minutes. But if I were both teams right now, I would try to make sure that both of these players are not out there on the ice at the same time. Otherwise, it could cause some implications and some crazy things to happen. Hyman with the puck. Skates around one man, will take the shot, and it's halt there by referee. And tensions continues to ensue, this time between Bernard Wersinski and Rick Nader. And now Pontello's going to get back on the ice, but now Neil Armstrong wants an explanation as to why Pontello's back on the ice and Armstrong's still in the box. Yeah, honestly, I have to say, Angelo, again, this must be another rule that we're not quite well knowledge about. It's a bit surprising. Wersinski's pass off the boards, now looking for Tish. Paganello with the double spin move, almost with an opportunity, and now this one gets back over to Bill Tish the other way. Will fire the shot. Rosengard looking to try to make the save, he does, but not before Tish got one final whack at it. Nader and Pontello on the face-off. Mark Berry trying to land the boom, and the puck gets knocked away. This one back from Pontello to Wersinski. Looking to make a move around Demeza, still looking for an open shot. Back over to Pontello, will fire the shot. Mark Berry trying to get this puck away, now back over from Pontello. Giacomin gets a piece of it to deflect it. And now Giacomin on the move with the puck. Sakata trying to get a hold on the puck. He does, and he gets this one flipped out around the other way. Demeza sets it up to Lussman. And Lussman trying to move this one up forward. He still has an opportunity. Coffey trying to knock him off the puck. Will take the shot. Back over to Hyman. Bouncing puck. This one out to Nashrin. Looking to set up to Coffey. And Coffey gets knocked off the puck by Lightning Lou Demeza. Good defensive effort there. Demeza still spinning around with the puck, trying to get control on it, and he will finally. He'll get some options. He'll finally get the pass out to Giacomin. He'll flip this one out. Pontello off the glass. This one bounces out from Demeza. Sets up to Giacomin. Back over to Pontello. This one out to Rosengard, and Armstrong will finally have his time served up. Pontello's pass out to Coffey from Armstrong, or Giacomin, correction. Hyman gets the pass up to an open Nader. Passes it back over to Demeza, looking for the setup here, looking to take the shot himself, looking to finish out to Nader. Another shot taken, and it is saved by Chewy. And with that, Armstrong will officially be able to come back onto the ice. I would try to get Pontello off if I can, and it looks like the Yellow Jackets will. He will come out of play. He'll get this one back over to Sincata. Smart move at this point, especially considering with just 4 minutes left. You know, last thing you need is for something ridiculous to happen. Shot taken, kicked away by Chewy. Bill Tish will slide this one down over to Sincata. sets up to Paganella takes it away. He'll slip and fall, but it looks like there's going to be a tripping call coming up. We'll see what the official call by the referee is. Looks like both players are going to be in the box, but I thought there might have been an initial penalty that was to come out. And they're going to go ahead and have a timeout be called here. 3:48 to go. Yellow Jackets looking like they're well on their way to another win. Not exactly sure what's going on in this game. It's still Armstrong from the background, and Armstrong from the background still having words about Pontel. I don't get this, you know. I think in our opinion, I mean, like, this is kind of like, I don't want to quite say justice stay served, but it's a little bit. Yeah, and even like the other players right now, they're saying, what in the world is Armstrong even talking about? I mean, it's one of those. It doesn't make sense, but it looks like right now, based off what the referees were doing, that must have been Armstrong's third penalty of some kind. So he's ejected, you know, with 3:48 to go. And again, this is probably going to go down as one of the most unique, interesting games I have ever seen in recent over 50 hockey games, folks. I mean, I gotta tell you, this is quite crazy. I'm gonna lie. Yeah, between the crazy bounce back gaffes that the Yellow Jackets have been able to capitalize on, it's crazy. And Pontello will get this one cleared out. And you can tell right now at this point, Pontello doesn't want to stir any more potential trouble as there might have been right now. So, you know, very smart by just holding off on the puck, you know, not even trying to get too aggressive at this point. Giacomin gets an open pass out to Nader. Yellow Jackets taking a defensive approach. We'll take the shot. This one deflected by Wersinski. Demeza will take this one himself. Lightning Lou, big opportunity on the right side. He'll take the shot, deflected off the left post. Oh, and that's another opportunity for the Grey Wolves. Just got robbed. Bad bounce of the puck going the opposite direction. Just things overall today, Andy. The Grey Wolves, their shot opportunities, nothing has gone right for them so far. And if this game was even 50-50 in terms of the right angle balance, we would have had a very tight, intense game on our hands. Don Coffey to take this one himself. He'll finally get the pass off the boards looking for Tish. Looks to set up the other way, bounces off of Rosengard and Coffey, and this one goes around to Nader. And Chewy's going to signal for the icing call. And with 2:10 remaining, both of these teams are probably just looking to try to wrap this game up so that they can just move on forward. Puck set up over to Sincata. Star trying to get this one cleared out. Back over to Pontello. Sharina gets a nice pass out to Sincata. Will fire the shot, and it's saved by Rosengard.
Somebody's got to go. This is the penalty that when somebody's going to beat you, give them respect to shots. I don't know, I didn't see it. You just got to let these guys take it.
Mastrin and Hyman on the face-off. This one looking around to Dominici with Paganella on top. No, that was Lussman. And Hyman gets a strip pass loose, and he almost had an opportunity to take the scoring breakaway. And here comes Hyman again in the deep slot, looking to crowd around the net. Shot fired, and this one gets cleared out. And Sharina's going to skate for the puck. Rosengard's going to come all the way out. No, Sharina's going to take it instead. Big opportunity here. Sharina looking to finish. She'll fire the shot. Deflected off of Mitch Starr. Big opportunity, and Rosengard just came out of his net big time. And what a save that was. If Mitch Starr wasn't there to deflect the puck away, that would have been another goal for the Yellow Jackets. It would have been 6-2. And now in the final minute, Angelo Pontel will get this one kicked out by Sharina. Sharina off the boards looking for Masher, and this one's going to slide all the way back. Slipping and falling was Paganella. It's a 3-on-0 opportunity. Here comes Pontello looking to finish in the deep slot. Puck off the boards. This one out to Dominici. Demez is going to take charge. And this one's going to come around the other way. Demez will take this one himself. He'll skate around with the puck. 27 seconds to go. Demez looking to try to finish again, keeping the puck play alive, and it's going to slide back around forward the other way. Still puck sliding around. And another harsher defensive approach by the Grey Wolves, trying to take the shot and score, gets denied. And Masher's going to get this one cleared out. Tish trying to skate to it first. Tish will take this one versus Lussman. This one bounces around, and it doesn't look like anybody's going to go for the puck. That's going to do it here, folks, at the Ice Sports Forum. Final score, Yellow Jackets 5, Grey Wolves 2. And with that, the Yellow Jackets improved to 2-1 on the season. And the Grey Wolves will lose all their games in round one, which is again, folks, quite a shock for a team that was projected to finish first in this league this season. And right now, they still can't get the wheels going. And of course, with the absence of Arnie Strader and Kenny Pullman, it also plays in effect as well. But then again, this game clearly, if it wasn't for the gaps made by the Grey Wolves between Mark Rosengard's 2 gaps and then the Grey Wolves with their 2 gaps as a team, this game would have been the other way, honestly. They would have had a better opportunity, and with the goals that they scored, they probably would have won this game 2-1. But unfortunately, you know, they knew they had this game up a hand. It's just, again, the bad bounce of the puck, and it gave the Yellow Jackets all they needed to win this one. Well, this has been another production of Pontel Broadcasting Network, and of course, we'd like to invite you all back next week for next week's doubleheader as the Yellow Jackets go back to play the Red Army and the Grey Wolves take on the Green Hornets. But yeah, Andy, I mean, again, like I said before, folks, this is probably going to be one of the most unique games I have ever seen in recent games here in Over 50 Hockey, but none as crazy as this. It doesn't get any crazier than that with the when a team wins based on the amount of gaffes blown alone. I mean, you could almost call it divine intervention, if you will, but I mean, whatever you want to call it. But clearly, you look at the way the Yellow Jackets have been playing today. I'm not trying to give or take away credit from the Yellow Jackets, because the Yellow Jackets did play well today. Just how these goals were being scored on today was clearly at fault of Rosengard here today. Well, at least for part of the 2 goals. I mean, again, when you have a glove hand saying you have to hold on to it, you can't just... It was just bad timing for Rosengard. I just don't think it was his game, per se, with this. So, I mean, there's always next week, but that's why you need to get Arnie Strader back in net for these Grey Wolves. And with that, here at the Ice Sports Forum, I'm Angelo Pontello saying so long, good night. And of course, don't forget Andy Townsend, folks, for him as well. We are both sign off, and we bid you all a farewell, good night. And hopefully you all be able to stay tuned for our second game. Don't go away.